to the channel if you've been here before. And for any new viewers, welcome. I started a couple videos back with my comic book collection. And then last video, I did actually an unboxing of 50 comic books that I had ordered online through an auction. And now I'm kind of going back to my original collection to show you a little bit more. But I wanted to start with a new comic that I bought just the other day and I'm pretty excited about. If you haven't heard about this comic, it's called BRZRKR. It's written by Keanu Reeves. And I'm just going to show you the cover here. This is issue number 1. It just came out, I believe, at the end of March. A little bit of a glare, so I'm going to try and give you the best shot there that I can. I'll tell you a little bit about it and then show you a few shots from the inside. Some of the artwork, I don't want to spoil it too much, but for anybody that doesn't know, BRZRKR is a comic that actor Keanu Reeves wrote along with Matt Kint, I believe is how you say it, or Kint. And he's a pretty well-established comic book writer. He's written Ray and Ninjak and a bunch of other comics too. And together they came up with this comic called BRZRKR. What's really cool about it is Keanu Reeves is a big comic book fan himself, so the fact that he decided to do this is pretty cool. But they're also making this comic into either a Netflix movie or series, but it's going to be on Netflix, starring Keanu Reeves and produced by him. And they're also doing a anime version, which I didn't know about. The owner of the comic book store was telling me about it, and that one, Keanu Reeves is actually doing the voiceover work for it, so pretty exciting. I'm pretty excited about this comic. I'll tell you a little bit about it. Give you another look at the cover here. It's very cool. So this story is about a immortal warrior that Keanu Reeves plays. It's been alive for, I believe they said, 80,000 years. And he's half man, half God. And he's cursed. He's like a cursed God with the natural, I guess, ability to, or want to do violence, I guess, or war, or things like that. And my dog isn't here by me, and he was making some noise, so hoping he's not too loud for you guys in the background. You might hear him walking around a little bit. But like I was saying, he's playing this character, and the main character's name is, actually just goes by B. Becomes a government agent for the United States, and basically he works for them, helping them in different ways as a warrior in exchange for information about his past. So kind of heard a couple stories like that before. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Wolverine story, where he doesn't really know his whole past, and he works for an agency to kind of find out more about it, but it's still very interesting. I'm going to open it up here for you. We can take a look at it a little closer. Be a lot less glare without the bag too. So there's another look at the cover. This is issue number 1. I believe this came out in the end of March. And they're going to have a monthly release. There's going to be 12 issues. Here's the back cover. I like it. It's pretty, I like the color scheme, black and red. Pretty, not too flashy, you know. And Boom Comics is the comic company that's releasing this. You can see it says suggested for mature readers. There's pretty good amount of violence in here, some language. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to show you too much. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who wants to read it, but there's the inside side cover again, written by Keanu Reeves, and I believe it's Matt Kint, or Kint, sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Illustrated by Ron Garney, colored by Bill Crabtree, lettering done by Clem Robbins. And there you can see who does the cover, Raphael Grandpa. And then there are some variant covers too. They actually had 3 different covers available there. I chose what they call cover A, or the original cover. I may end up buying the variants as well because they were very cool. There's actually 4 because there's 2 different covers, 2 different art styles, or drawings, I guess. And then there's 2 foil covers with the same pictures. So that's BRZRKR, created by Keanu Reeves. I'll show you the first page here so you can see some of the artwork. And this is, I love the artwork first of all, but I find this image kind of funny because, as many of you may know, there's a pretty famous meme of Keanu Reeves sitting on a park bench by himself. And I don't know if this is a nod to that or not, but I find that kind of funny because there he is sitting by himself on the park bench and it's raining on him. So that's kind of funny. I'll show you a little bit more here. The first few pages, there's not a lot of dialogue, so won't be spoiling too much, but look at the artwork. It says, "Time is a funny thing." And some kind of mystical powers or some kind of superpower that he has also. And I'm kind of going to page through. Like I said, I'm not going to show too much, but I want to show you a couple things because, like I said, I don't want to spoil it too much. And there's also quite a bit of violence in here and some graphic scenes, so I gotta be careful too when I show. There's a cool shot. Plane crash. Well, I haven't for a long time anyway. And here he is, walking out of the plane crash. I haven't read this yet, but it looks like maybe he has some kind of regeneration powers, like a Wolverine. Maybe he's self-healing. Show you another page here. Here's a really cool full page shot at the very end. Kind of looks like it's going to, maybe issue number 2 is going to be a look back at some of his past. So this just looks really cool. I'm really excited to read it. I'm also really excited for the Netflix special that's coming out. So if you're interested in that story at all, BRZRKR is out now at comic book shops. So it's pretty cool. So I wanted to show you that. That's my newest to my collection. And then I want to show you a few other comics here. Probably my main collection is The Punisher. So I have a pretty good collection of Punisher comics. The ones I'm going to show you today are a little different. I do have a collection of the original Unlimited series of Punisher, which I'll show in another video. I have a collection of the series, the Punisher Max series by Garth Ennis, and a few other ones, War Journal, Warzone, POV, a few other ones, but the ones I wanted to share with you today are actually, I guess you call them collaborations or appearances of the Punisher in some other comic series. He has, if you follow the Punisher at all, he has a lot of collaborations, a lot of appearances in other comics. He got his start, actually, first appearances in The Amazing Spider-Man, and then the Daredevil. I know he was with Daredevil, Moon Knight, a few other ones you'll see in here too before he got his own series. So this one's really cool. This is one of my favorite comics that I own. It's The Secret Defenders. It's a Marvel comic. This is issue number 5. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see that real good on camera, but that's it's actually autographed with a gold pen by the writer Roy Thomas. So, and it's just a really nice copy of this comic. I'm going to show you just a couple of pages from the inside. Because this is a cool issue, and there you can see the autograph a little bit better. Really nice autograph too. And like I said, this issue is in really good condition. It's one of my favorite issues that I own. And this one stars Roadkill, the villain. I'm going to show you a couple images from this comic. This has a collaboration of the Punisher along with Doctor Strange. There you can see them riding together. Punisher Frank Castle on his motorcycle with Doctor Strange flying along. So, and this issue is from 1993. So, just to give you an idea of when it's from, and a lot of Punisher comics. You know, he started got his own series in 1987. So, a ton of comics came out in the late 80s, early 90s. They've continued on. He had a series come out as late as 2018, as far as I know. There might even be more since then, but he had a new series come out in 2018. Another picture I want to show you out of this one. It's pretty cool. Here's this page here, and there's see the Punisher and Doctor Strange together. So just a cool comic from the 90s. I'll show you the inside cover of this too, because it's kind of funny. For those of you that remember, there was a Super Mario Brothers made in the 90s, starring Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo as Mario and Luigi. And it's not a great movie, but it's fun. It's fun to watch. Silly kind of movie. Just like that was funny, because for people that were around in the early 90s, they may remember that movie. So this is a series. This next one is The Punisher and Spider-Man. It was a 3-part series, Vengeance Part 1. And they did a 30-year of Iron Man. I think it was 30 years of the Avengers, actually, in 1993. But just want to show you a couple of these. Pretty cool. This issue number 32 is Spider-Man, guest starring The Punisher. And then this is the second one, issue number 33. Kind of hard with that glare. I gotta figure that glare out a little better. When they're in the bag and boards, you're always kind of fighting the glare of the lights. You need lighting to see the artwork. But then this is issue number 34, which was the conclusion of this Vengeance series. Final showdown with the Punisher, Spider-Man, plus the Master of Vengeance, which I don't know that character, but that must be him right there. And again, 30 years, they were doing 30 years of X-Men, 30 years of the Avengers, and 30 years of Iron Man. So these are just kind of cool issues because they were celebrating, I guess, Marvel's 30th anniversary. I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing that's when Marvel Comics started. This next one is another collaboration. There's a lot of Daredevil and Punisher collaborations. This is just one. I have 2 issues of this one. This is issue number 2. I'm trying to find some more of these. They're a little hard to track down now. But a cool picture of the Punisher silhouette, I guess. And then I've got issue number 3 as well. There you see Daredevil. He's in the scope of the Punisher. He's got his sights on him, so they've had a lot of battles over the years. And this is a cool cover. I love this cover. This is the Punisher and Moon Knight. They've also had quite a few comics together. Just want to show you that. I just love this picture. They got quite a battle going on there. That's really cool. And then here's another one. This is a Deathlock comic, guest starring the Punisher. You can see the cover there. Let the punishment fill the crime, or fit the crime, I'm sorry. And this is another 30th anniversary of the Fantastic Four, 1996 to 1991. So Marvel in the 90s was obviously celebrating their 30th anniversary of a lot of their famous comics. Just a cool cover. So whenever I collect comics, I collect the comics that I normally collect, the Punisher and some other ones, but I always look for, a lot of times I find these in like the dollar bins, these collaborations, and they're just kind of cool and different. Here's Damage Control, issue number 2. I don't know much about this, but Acts of Vengeance. This is number 2 in a 4-issue limited series, so might have to look for the other ones of that. This is a newer comic. This is a Doc Samson. I read a few Doc Samson comics and I like him a lot. He's a pretty cool character. But Doc Samson versus the Punisher. And there's Doc, and there's a long-haired Punisher. I've never seen that before. If you don't know much about Doc Samson, he's a pretty cool character to check out. He's got like Hulk-like strength, but he's just a very, very cool kind of smart aleck character, you know, Tony Stark type character. And then this is a Wolverine and the Punisher. There's a lot of comics with the Wolverine and the Punisher too. This is number 3 of 3. I read this one. Pretty old school looking Wolverine there. And then this one, I don't know anything about this one. This is the Mega, I think it's called. The Mega Effect, sorry. It's hard to read there. The Mega Effect. And it has Punisher. Second printing variant cover. Issue number 10. I don't know anything about this. Again, this one is one that I picked up in the dollar bin at my local comic book store, so I just picked it up. I usually will pick up anything with the Punisher on the cover. This one, these weren't supposed to be in here. Those aren't Punisher comics. I don't believe. No, I mean this one's a Kingpin comic, but it doesn't have Punisher in it. So got in there by mistake. But here's one. This is a Daredevil comic. Issue number 309, Dead Man's Hand. And again, I just picked it up because it's obviously has the Punisher in it. And there's another. These are all from the same time, 30th anniversary. 62 to 92, The Amazing Spider-Man. So that's kind of cool. And here's another Deathlock. Should have those two together, but guess during the Punisher again. Issue number 6. battle there, and this is cool. 50 years of Captain America. So obviously Captain America came out in 1941. So Marvel Comics, or whatever they were called back then, have been around since 1941 at least. So that's that one. And then this is the last I'm going to show you today. This is another Moon Knight comic, and the Punisher's not on the cover, but I picked this one up because it does say guest starring the Punisher with his. Let me get a little better lighting here. This is issue number 35. I haven't read Moon Knight comics yet, but I am thinking of collecting some and reading them. He's coming out with his own series on Disney Plus, I believe, so it could be really cool and something to read. So just wanted to show you a few more of my collection here. Mostly I was really excited to share this BRZRKR comic with you, and like I said, if you're interested in that type of story at all, or this might be something you want to pick up and get familiar with before the TV show or the movie comes out. Keanu Reeves, I like a lot of stuff that he does. I know, like I said, he's kind of a meme, but I mean, The Matrix was a great movie. The second one was good too. I wasn't a big fan of the third one, but obviously going back to Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and then of course John Wick, I think is where Keanu Reeves really became a fan favorite. The John Wick movies were so good. But this isn't his first comic book affiliation, I guess, because he played Constantine in the movie. Constantine is a comic book character, a DC comic book character actually. So I know a lot of people didn't like the casting of Keanu Reeves because Constantine is, I believe, British in the original comic, but I like the movie. It's entertaining. You know, Keanu Reeves is he is what he is, but he's entertaining, and I'm hoping this series is going to be really good too. So thanks for joining me again. Hope to see you next time. We'll look at probably some of my original Punisher collection from the Unlimited series, and maybe the Punisher Max series, either after that or before that. So again, thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you like this channel. Leave a like, and of course comment, say hello, or add anything you know about comics. I always love to learn more about comics. So until then,